all throughout school, my high school years, I was always trying to defend somebody and represent someone. When I went to Tougaloo, a pre-science program to major in medicine. When I got there, I met Medgar Evers, and I was persuaded by his logic and his mission in life. 6 days after I met him, he was assassinated. And I changed my major and decided that I wanted to be a lawyer, and pursued the legal field from that day on. So when I went to the university, it was the greatest challenge in my life. You know, the mere fact that you have the word Ole Miss really goes back to slavery, because the slaves called the master Ole Massa and called his wife Ole Miss. So I'm going into the bed of the Confederacy, the rebel flag and how to, you know, all of that. So it was a challenge. If you want to fight injustice, albeit against a black person, white person, Hispanic, you have to be willing to be prepared to suffer the consequences. The first football game that I went to, we played at the University of Texas, and there was a guy named Warren McVeigh, black guy, and there were absolutely no blacks on the university football team. And this black guy, Warren McVeigh, got the ball, and he was running down the field. My father was a football coach, so to see somebody running with a ball, I just instinctively just jumped up and screamed and yelled and forgot that it really didn't matter. I was sitting on the University of Mississippi's side, home team. And as soon as I sat down, a Coke bottle narrowly missed my head. And when I turned around, I saw that this guy was coming down, like his hand was coming down, and he was holding a rebel flag. And I just lost it. I just started walking the bleachers. And the guys stopped me. They stopped the game. A guy named Chief Tatum, he was over security. He stopped the game, and they had all the black students taken out of the game, quote, for safety reasons. And so at the university, I learned a lot about life. It was very painful, but life is painful. I'm glad I had that experience because it prepared me for the racism in the judicial system, in the legal system. And so I was not shocked. You know, when I went down to the Bar Association to attend the bar down on the coast, one of the guys asked me, where was my uniform? And I asked him where was his. I was not supposed to be there. Surely you can't be a lawyer. And then when I went to Rankin County, the judge called me a nigger. I realized then that I was a good person because I didn't strangle him. I just managed to think about my clients, and if I had responded, he would have put me in jail, and there would be no one to represent the young people. So I've learned a lot, I've seen a lot, and I've experienced a lot. And that's my way of life. If I believe that something is wrong, and I'm in a position to make a change, I do that. I guess I'm thankful to be able to look back at what helped build my character and what I'd like to see young children, especially African American children who must have more positive role models. I'd like for them to realize that life is tough and nothing is handed to you on a plate. And if it's worth having, it's worth fighting for. My daughter and I formed an organization called Legacy Education and Community Empowerment Foundation. And the purpose of that organization was to teach young people what challenges are ahead and to also show them that those challenges have always been here. The kid really doesn't know, who am I? So once you let them understand, if your forefathers did it, hey, you come on and do it. So it's giving kids something to grab a hold of, to say, I am somebody. And as a law student, I was instrumental in working with Fred Banks, Reuben Anderson, and Mel Leventhal in monitoring the public school systems in the state. And Biloxi was one of the school systems that we monitored. And compared to where we were then and where we are now on the coast, my heart is very, very, very happy. I understand that Biloxi is one of the highest performing schools in the state. This is an honor that really surprised me. The fact that utility companies and large businesses recognize somebody that looks like you, who talks like you, who hasn't removed herself from the community, who doesn't put herself up here, but who's here. I think that's probably one of the greatest honors that I could receive, and that I can take and share with the young people with whom I work in Scott County. So it's indeed an honor.